I'd like to share a story of the fight of two wolves that is within you, which an old Cherokee is actually teaching his grandson, trying to tell him about the meaning of life. So he said, "A fight is going on inside me," he said to the boy. "It's a terrible fight, and it's between two wolves. One is evil. He is anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment, inferiority, lies, false pride, superiority, and ego. He continued, the other one is good. He is joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, benevolence, empathy, generosity, truth, compassion, and faith. The same fight is going on inside you and inside every person too." The grandson thought about this for a minute. Then he asked his grandfather, "Well, which wolf wins?" Now the old Cherokee simply replied, "The one that you feed." The first lesson is the fight is eternal. The first part of the story is telling us that we can never be rid of the first wolf. The first wolf is always going to be there. The fight between two wolves is always going to be eternal. Both wolves will always be there. This applies to our emotions and our behaviors, our habits, and every other aspect of our life. I used to actually fall into this trap of trying hard to banish all my negative thoughts, the negative side of myself, and I'd force myself to, eat clean, 100% healthy all the time, and beat myself up if I found myself relaxing even for a minute. And then trying to get rid of those negative thoughts or just bury my head in the sand and just completely kind of ignore them. Now the truth is none of us are living in pure bliss. What we can do is act in spite of those negative feelings or the hard times that we are going to face, that we have faced. We can take those fears, those worries, those insecurities, those doubts and move forward anyway. That's how you feed the second wolf. Feeling unmotivated to work out, just work out anyway. Not feeling confident in your upcoming sales presentation, just do it anyway. Not happy with your spouse, show him or her love anyway. Imagine if we're paralyzed by the first wolf, by doing nothing, accomplishing nothing, and getting nowhere. We'd lose our momentum to move forward, and indirectly we'd be feeding the evil wolf. Now besides, what will you be doing? What are you going to be telling yourself if you haven't accomplished anything? How will you feel when you get nothing done all the time? You won't just stop at where you are. You're actually going to be moving backwards. And the evil wolf is actually going to be getting stronger and stronger each day. So just remember, small actions build momentum. Now start telling yourself, you are worthy. Begin to believe in your ability and act in spite of the fears, in spite of the doubts, in spite of the constraints and the challenges. One step forward will always be a step ahead, even if it is tiny, okay? So instead of doubting yourself and doing nothing, you can try to learn new things and expand yourself, even at a slower pace. Instead of focusing on the fears within you, start on focusing on one thing that you should and could do that's in front of you. You're wanting to lose weight and achieve your fitness goals. Start by just walking 15 minutes a day. Then start by doing some squats, and then maybe some push-ups, and then some body weight exercises, and make slow progression from there. If you're wanting to build a community with a vast audience, focus on delivering quality content and start building one audience at a time. Provide value to that one person at a time, and then grow your audience from there. Want to start a business? Start by validating your idea, and then find one customer. Then optimize your product and offering from there. Start feeding the right wolf. One truth to remember is that it's so much easier to feed the first wolf. The first wolf is always going to be there to encourage the easier option in life. It's easier to complain, to procrastinate. It's easy to dismiss. It's easy to ignore and to actually just give up. There's almost no effort required to do those things. And you're actually getting the reward with the sensation of reliving and the instant gratification without much action. Now the second wolf is different. It's picky, it's harder to feed, it's challenging, it's tiring, it's time consuming to do the things, learning, teaching, inspiring, sharing, and by simply sticking to new behaviors. These things take so much energy and effort and momentum and guts, and you don't usually see results straight away from them either. So which wolf you choose to feed will define who you are. And we all know we feed the second wolf, even if it's harder. We should be feeding the second wolf anyway. Feeding the second wolf is how we end up with that feeling of that sense of accomplishment and that success at the end of the day. So by conquering the temptation to feed the first wolf, we opt for much more challenging, but the right option in life. Okay, so this is like one of those DVD alternative endings. Now in the Cherokee world, there is another version to this story, another ending. So feeding both wolves in your mind, the old Cherokee said to his grandson, if you feed them right, they both win. And the story goes on from there. You see, if you choose to feed the white wolf, the black one will always be hiding around every corner, waiting for me to become distracted or weak and jump to get the attention that he craves. He will always be angry. He'll always fight the white wolf. However, if I acknowledge him, he's happy, and the white wolf is also happy, and basically we all win. For the black wolf has many qualities, such as tenacity and courage, fearlessness, the strong-willed, great strategic thinking, conniving, whatever it may be, that I have needs of, at certain times. Those are the things that the white wolf lacks. But the white wolf has compassion, caring, strength, and the ability to recognize what is in the best interest of all. You see, son, the white wolf needs the black wolf at its side. To feed only one would starve the other, and they'd become uncontrollable. To feed and care for both means that we will serve you. We'll serve you well, and do nothing that is not part of something greater, something good, something of life. Feed them both, and there will be no more internal struggle for your attention. And when there is no battle inside you, you can listen to the voices of deeper knowledge that will guide you in choosing the right circumstances. Peace, my son, the Cherokee's mission is in life. That's what it is. A man or a woman who is at peace inside has everything. A man or a woman who is pulled apart by the war inside them has nothing. How you choose to interact with the opposing forces within you will determine your life. Starve one, or you guide them both.